Perfectionism. It's that internal drive to make everything flawless, the urge to do everything just right, down to the tiniest detail. It sounds admirable at first, doesn't it? After all, who doesn't want to produce the best work possible? But here's the thing. Perfectionism isn't always as glamorous as it seems. In fact, it could be holding you back more than you think. If you're someone who's constantly striving for perfection, you might feel the pressure building as you push yourself to the absolute limit. The problem with perfectionism lies in its subtle danger. You see, the need to make everything perfect can often create an illusion of control, but in reality, it keeps you stuck. Instead of moving forward and taking action, perfectionism encourages you to procrastinate. You tell yourself, "I'll start once I have everything just right." You wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. The result? Nothing gets done. Or worse, you end up stuck in an endless loop of overthinking, never quite satisfied with the outcome. I know this all too well because, much like many of you, I've been there myself. I've experienced that feeling of needing to make everything flawless, convinced that any imperfection would undermine my work. But over time, I realized that perfectionism wasn't helping me. It was actually hindering my growth. It held me back from trying new things, taking risks, and most importantly, learning from my mistakes. Because let's face it, mistakes are inevitable, but they're also some of the most valuable teachers we have. One of the most insidious things about perfectionism is how it can rob you of your creativity. When you're so focused on getting things just right, you often overanalyze and second-guess yourself. The fear of imperfection can paralyze you, and that's when creativity takes a hit. You stop thinking outside the box, you stop experimenting. You become so fixated on achieving a specific outcome that you forget to enjoy the process. And let's not forget, it's the process that helps you grow. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't need to be perfect to succeed or be happy. In fact, the most successful people, whether it's in their careers, their relationships, or their personal growth, are often the ones who embrace imperfection. They take risks, make mistakes, and learn along the way. They don't expect themselves to have it all figured out from the start. Instead, they focus on progress, not perfection. So, what if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment? What if you embraced the idea that imperfection isn't a failure but a stepping stone towards something greater? The reality is, perfectionism is a form of self-sabotage. It creates unrealistic expectations that can leave you feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. But once you let go of that unrealistic standard, you free yourself to take action, make mistakes, and learn from them. This doesn't mean you stop caring about the quality of your work. It simply means that you're okay with not being perfect. Think about it. Some of the most groundbreaking innovations in history came from trial and error. From the invention of the light bulb to the development of the smartphone, none of these achievements were born from perfection. They came from people who weren't afraid to fail, to iterate, and to improve over time. Perfectionists, on the other hand, often get stuck in the cycle of trying to make everything flawless, which leaves no room for growth. The key to overcoming perfectionism is to shift your mindset. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Focus on the small steps that will get you closer to your goal. Set realistic expectations for yourself and allow room for mistakes along the way. The more you embrace imperfection, the more you'll realize that it's not the end of the world when things don't go exactly as planned. In fact, those flaws are often where the magic happens. So, to anyone struggling with perfectionism, I want to say this. It's okay not to have everything figured out. It's okay to make mistakes, to fail, and to learn from those failures. Embrace the process, embrace the journey, and focus on the progress. Let go of the need for perfection, and you'll unlock a whole new world of possibility and growth. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be successful. You don't have to have everything together to make progress. All you need is the courage to keep moving forward, one imperfect step at a time. And as always, remember, this is all part of discovering who you truly are. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Stay true to yourself and keep growing.